What's up, YouTube? Just another little update video. I'm trying to show the things that I do on this car whenever I do them, or after I do them at least. And today was a doozy. I got pretty much all the interior except for the dash out. I'm not sure if I'm going to pull the dash yet or not, at least till I get a motor in it, so I can make sure it runs. And it's nasty. There is more rat shit in this car than I've ever seen in a car. And there's a little bit of rust too, and that bothers me, but it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it besides fix it. So I'm going to do my best to do that. But I'm going to show everybody what it looks like right now. I haven't vacuumed it out yet so that I could do this video first. I did get the carpet out, and there was an immense amount of rat shit on top of the carpet, aside from, you know, what's under it, and in the cracks and crevices, and I ain't even got to the trunk yet. So there's also some wiring that's been damaged. Not happy about that either, but that's what you get when you buy cars that have been sitting for 8 years. So I'm going to show everybody what the inside of the car looks like right now, and then I'll do some afters whenever it gets cleaned. And I'm going to pressure wash the inside out and purple power everything so that it's actually clean and it doesn't stink like rat shit anymore. So here's the inside right now. Alright, everybody, I apologize for the lighting. I'm just using the light off the phone and what new light. I put new lights in the ceiling, and my ceiling looks like shit. It's falling down, but put some lights up there so I can actually see. But you can see that's pretty goddamn nasty. And there's some wiring that's been chewed on that I'm gonna have to replace. That over there, which I think that just went to, it's like speakers, and that might go to the third brake light or something, the dome light or something, so I can replace that easily. That's all the wiring I've found that's been chewed so far. The ECU wiring, which is over there, is okay. It's not been chewed on, but I mean, you can see, look at all this nasty shit. I had to put gloves on, and I'm almost to the point where when I vacuum it, I'm going to get a mask. That's not rust, that's just dirt that's piled up and rat shit and piss. That might be rust. I don't know yet. I hadn't got that far. But, you know, like where the seatbelt goes right there, it's got a little bit of rust on it. I should be able to grind it back, and that's rusty. I mean, rat piss apparently rusts stuff really easily. It's really nasty in there. And I also found this little bit of rust that I didn't see when I bought the car, but it's not a big deal. I can fix that also. There's a bubble right there and right there. There's one on the other side also. Just a tiny one on this side right there. It's not near as bad. I can fix that before it gets any worse. But yeah, that's what the inside of this thing looks like before I clean it. And I'm going to paint the floor too after I get it, all the rust ground off and everything. Also, something else I did today is the automatic shifter. The bolts were actually rusted in there, and couldn't get a wrench or anything on them, so I had to cut that off. But you have to cut a hole in the floor anyway when you put the new shifter in, so it wasn't a big deal. But I just cut the bolts to get it out. So that's out, but I'm going to make a whole nother video on doing the automatic, the 5-speed swap on a Civic. Yeah, so that's the inside. So here are the seats, and they're absolutely beautiful. Not really. They're not ripped up or anything, so they're still in decent shape. They're really faded, and I think I can pressure wash most of that nasty dirt out. So I'm going to try and save the seats. If they don't stink when I'm done, I'm going to purple power those also, and maybe, you know, shampoo them and soap them up and see what happens. So that's that, and then there's all the interior pieces are all laying all over the place up here, and there's some right there is the rear panel, and one of the rear panels. It didn't have speakers in it, or speaker grills. It has the grills, but there was no speakers. So I don't know where the brackets, I'll have to find some brackets to put rear speakers in it. I'm not super worried about that. I'm gonna try and fix that door panel over there because the top of it's cracked from sun. So here's what it looks like with all the nasty shit vacuumed out of it. That is rusty over there. It's just surface rust, it's not holes, but so I'm gonna have to grind or wire brush all that down and then put some rust inhibitor on it. And there's a little bit right there in the floor too. It's also little surface rust spots. It's probably just from mouse piss, rat piss, whatever. That's actually not rusty, it's just dirty. But I'm gonna pressure wash it all out first, and then I'm gonna wire brush it down, and then I may wash it out again. And yeah, we'll do the rust inhibitor. Probably just do the whole damn floor in it, and then put some carpet back down, new carpet, because I'm not using that nasty shit that was in it. And it'll look a lot better. And it won't smell. It already doesn't smell as bad as it did. But so that's that part. On to the next thing. And so here is the trunk. Clearly still full of shit. So all the carpet is coming out and it's getting vacuumed. I'm exhausted. So I'm gonna do the trunk. I've got all the interior out. The majority of that is rat shit and rat's nest. Mostly just rat shit. All that stuff came out. And that's all the trunk interior is trash. It's garbage. Let's get that crap outside and vacuum this out next. Now the trunk is vacuumed out as well. No more rat shit. Now, I guess there's not a plug in here, so I'll drill a hole in the lowest spot in the trunk, in the spare tire well, so water can escape. And there's obviously going to be some surface rust in here because of them damn rats. And I don't know what that is. I think this thing's been hit in the back before. That's a rust hole, maybe. It's under the bumper if it is, because it ain't out here. Whatever. Race car. But this thing's got a little crumple right there. So that makes me think it's been hit before, because there's no crumple right there. There's crumple right there. So, rat shit's out. Now it's time for pressure washing. Or at least, if that's a hole, maybe I'll clean that hole right there out. Right about there. Now the water can get out. Already got the pressure washer set up right there. And I already did those Del Sol seats, and they actually turned out pretty decent. They're much cleaner than they were. Got that done. I got all the pressure washing finished, and it helped a lot. It doesn't stink in the car now at all. So I mean, I got to do the rust, treatment on the floors, but I'll show everybody what that looks like. I did the engine bay a little bit. It didn't do much. It got the grease off the subframe and stuff, so I can paint it if I want to or whatever. I guess that's what it did. It degreased the engine bay. Got all the dirt and stuff off of the buffer bar and all the as much dirt as I could get from under there. So it's almost ready to be treated. I've got a fan inside the car now, just drying it out some more, but it looks pretty good. There's still, surface rust everywhere, but it doesn't smell like rat shit in here anymore. That spot over there is pretty rusty. I'm gonna get it. That's the worst spot right there. Little spot for the doors. And then the trunk is clearly got some surface rust in there. None of it's got holes, it's just rusty, surface rust. So I'm gonna try and treat it before it gets worse. Anyway, it's all pressure washed and pretty much ready to go. So I've got a question for everybody. I can't decide myself, so like my video and give me a comment. Comment on my stuff. If you like what I'm doing, if you don't like what I'm doing. But my question is, what should I do with this car? Like, it's got a lot of problems, as everybody has seen already. The surface rust in the floors and rust on the quarter panel and stuff like that. Should I race car this thing, which means just leave it stripped, interior stripped basically, leave the dash, take the AC, the heat, all that other stuff off of it, minimal, nothing, no amenities, leave the top off, take out the back window and the motor and all that stuff because the shit's real heavy, gut the doors, race car? Or should I put it back together and drive it around? I don't know. I really want a race car. I don't really need another daily driver. I like having something that's good on gas, but I've got my wife's car to drive if I need to. And I've got, the Dodge. It's not good on gas at all, but I've got it. So, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Even if you're not subscribed to my channel and you watch this video, let me know what your opinion is. I may not listen to your opinion, but then again, I might. You might get lucky and think the same thing I'm thinking. So give me a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, everybody.